Ladies and gentlemen, if we could get everybody's attention for just a half a second, please welcome Mr. Michael McHale, President and CEO of St. Paul Senior Services.
Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. We'll be calling folks up by tables to get their lunch, but I would like to take just a couple of minutes to welcome you to St. Paul Senior Services. As Mike had said, my name is Michael McHale, and I have the honor and privilege to serve as the President and CEO here at St. Paul Senior Services. And on behalf of our Board of Directors and all of our staff, we want to welcome you today to this celebration for Dean Penny Bridges as we look forward to her retirement. You know, it's with mixed emotions that I welcome you today. And I say mixed emotions because we here at St. Paul's Senior Services have really enjoyed a close working relationship with Dean Penny. And as she retires, we're going to miss her guidance and her friendship that she's provided to us for so many years. And on a personal level, I say mixed because I'm just jealous that she gets to retire before I do. Many of you know our history here at St. Paul Senior Services. Back in the 1950s, Father Harold Robinson, the rector of then St. Paul's Church, called upon his congregation to care for what he referred to as seniors of modest means. Members of the congregation heeded his call, and in 1960, we started St. Paul's Episcopal Homes Incorporated. Although our corporate relationship with the Cathedral has changed over the years, our commitment to our founding principles and the teachings of the Episcopal Church have not wavered. Dean Penny has been an incredible spiritual partner and a guide for us here at St. Paul Senior Services. I'm truly grateful for the relationship that she has created and maintained with our residents, with our staff, and for all of those whom we are called to serve. Dean Penny's leadership will truly be missed, but she has created a solid foundation for which we can grow from. So I want to take this opportunity to welcome you as we celebrate Dean Penny, to celebrate our beloved Cathedral, the support that she has shown for the programs and services of the diocese, and the important voice that she has created in our community. Welcome to St. Paul Senior Services. It's our honor and privilege to be a part of this celebration. Thank you.
The Lord be with you. Let us pray. Gracious one, we know you by many names. We see you in many faces. As we celebrate today, the divine as we understand it through our pastoral leader, Penny Bridges, bless this time, bless this space. Even if there is sorrow, may there be joy in the memories. Where there is work yet to be done, inspire us to go further, remembering all that has been done in your name by your faithful servant. This we pray in Christ's most holy name. Amen.
Good afternoon, everyone. For those of you that can take your seat, please do take your seat. We're going to start the program. And welcome, everyone. My name is Susan Jester, and I'm part of the 4 Men of Apocalypse, otherwise known as the Planning Committee of Penny's Retirement Party. So I want to introduce each one of those folks, and thank you all for coming. Thank you, Penny. I choked up so bad in the lunch the other day that I can't say any more than I love you. Thank you so much for 12 years of just an awesome ride. So without further ado, my mates here, Kathleen,
Hi. Welcome. I'm Kathleen Sheehan Burgess. I'm your Director of Administrative Operations and your Cruise Director for today. Thank you. First, I want to do some housekeeping very quickly. As you know, many of you came in and were given a Share the Memory card. If you're able and willing, there are pens at everybody's place setting, and I know you've seen me circulating with the pretty box. So I'll come by again later and get your memories for Penny to enjoy at her leisure, as she needs to remember us as she moves on from us. So that's the Share Memory. Number 2, there are pennies from heaven all over your tables. Please take those home. Those are party favors. The last thing is, underneath one of your seats will be a flower winner, and the flower winner will be able to take the centerpiece home with them today. I know, yeah, please do. Please do. Okay, let's get this party started. My sentiments are this. With a happy yet heavy heart, we release Penny into the wild. I am most grateful for her mentorship, her leadership, her friendship, and her spiritual guidance, which for me means a lot, recovering Catholic that I am. I want to celebrate this illustrious career and recognize the lives that you have touched, the God that you have served, and this community that loves you so much. You've served us all well. Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Jen Zhao. I got the facilities team here. I want to thank them and the volunteers that helped make this happen. Please give them applause. Thank you. Also, our caterer, the Invisible Chef. They cooked this wonderful lunch for you. Please give them a hand. I also want to acknowledge that there are probably 40 more people outside at our tent, so thank you for coming and sitting outside too. But first of all, I want to say thank you, Penny, for being a good friend. I love you. I'm trying not to cry. But I also know when I was senior warden, Susan Gesture, that's why we're called the Jousters, worked with Penny, and we did one summer, 2017, I believe, 18 summer socials. And that was because why? Because we needed to build community, and Penny wanted community, and we were failing at that a little bit because we just had some things happening. And so I am very honored and privileged to work with Susan and the rest of the team and the community that is very loved, and I'm appreciated that we all got together and became a real community for St. Paul's Cathedral. Thank you.
Well, being on the party planning team has been fun. And it's been a creative and therapeutic way to process this transition. And I'm grateful for the experience. I was ordained the year before Penny arrived, and being a baby clergy, I'm prematurely gray like my father. I've appreciated her mentoring and encouragement, and I've gained renewed confidence in my diaconal ministry, being progressive and imaginative. Now, I've had about a half dozen violin lessons, and I'm applying now for an audition with the San Diego Symphony, since they encourage musicians with diverse experiences to apply. So thank you, Penny, for helping me and others of us to always be open to experimenting with new possibilities. Now it is my privilege and pleasure to introduce our past and present Dean's Wardens, Mark Lester first, and then Don Pellioni. Thank you. Thanks, Penny.
Good afternoon, everybody. Wow. In a previous incarnation as Dean's Warden, I was among the first of us to work with Dean Penny in December 2013 after she answered the call from chapter. she and I set out to forge together the terms of her agreement and the structure of her new ministry here. And it's been my honor and pleasure to work with her throughout her tenure as dean. And yet there's some circularity here, because 12 and a half years later, here I am, once again, serving as Dean's Warden as Penny retires and ceases to be our priest, pastor, and dean. So I really can't help but reflect on the circle that closes now. When I meditate, I often reflect on contingency, finitude, the interconnectedness of all things to one degree or another, and the role of chance in our lives. These things are really, I believe, the siblings of divine providence. The word chance connotes both risk on the one hand and opportunity on the other. What happens when we take a chance? It can be a risky business. The Welsh poet, William Henry Davies, who was popular in both the UK and the US about 125 years ago, a really interesting figure. He was by choice what we would call today a homeless person. He called himself either a hobo or a tramp, and he exercised that vocation in both the US and the UK, all the while publishing poetry. Now, most of his poetry today is forgotten. There are one or two poems that are still known. One of them, which was set to music by the British composer Michael Head, is called A Great Time. And it begins with these 4 lines. Sweet chance that led my steps abroad, beyond the town where wild flowers grow, a rainbow and a cuckoo. Lord, how rich and great the times are now. So as I reflect on this past 12 and a half years, I'm refracting those memories through that poem and what it's saying to me. I am grateful that Penny Bridges took a chance on us, and that we took a chance by responding to her leadership in a way that's achieved so many, many great things during this more than a decade. What a sweet chance it has been. There may not have actually been a cuckoo song as was in the poem, but there's been much, much, much beautiful music. And yes, all you have to do is attend Light Up the Cathedral during Pride to catch sight of the rainbow. How rich and great the times are now. Thank you, Penny, and God bless you.
Thank you, Mark. I'm Don Pelleoni, and I had the privilege and honor of serving as the Dean's Warden in Penny's first 2 years here. We had many challenges, there was a lot of work, but we managed to also have a lot of fun. Drawing from the fun side, there is something about Penny that most of you do not know. And there was the mention of those summer socials. I hosted one such social at the house, and I revealed it to the people that were there. We have a dean that hails from the Emerald Isle, schooled in England. That's a pretty nice background for a dean here in a cathedral in the United States. But wait, there's more. Where did her family come from before they were in Ireland? I happen to know that. They were from Genoa, a city up in the northwest quadrant of Italy along the coast. That means Penny is Italian. Now, you know how it takes one to know one? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I ask you to wildly and vigorously acclaim not only your first Irish dean, but your first Italian dean. One more reason to love her. Yeah. And now, Mr. Bob Lay will be speaking to you on behalf of San Diego Pride.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Bob Lay. My pronouns are he, him, and his, and I used to be with San Diego Pride. I was there as a volunteer for a long time, board member, and then almost 10 years on their staff. And it's through working at San Diego Pride that I came to know the great people here at St. Paul's Episcopal Cathedral, and especially Dean Penny. I was lucky enough to be at an event when Susan Jester came to our table and said, I would like to work with San Diego Pride to develop Light Up the Cathedral. And I said right away to my two bosses that were there, I'd like to work with Susan. I had heard of Susan, and I said, I'd like to work with Susan on that. And so for the last 8 years, this year, 2026, will be our 11th year, you have made us feel welcome. You have made us feel part of the family. This is a difficult thing for me. As a gay man, I don't often say that. It's just growing up, it's just something we just didn't say that much. And so I also grew up Catholic and was made aware that I was not welcome. And a lot of us LGBT people have been made aware we are not welcome at churches, even though we never gave up on God. We never stopped believing in God. It was organized religions that said we weren't welcome. So when I was asked by Susan to work with her at Light Up the Cathedral, I jumped at that opportunity because I said, all right, I can make sure LGBT people are welcome. Well, wasn't I a fool? Because the first time I went to Light Up the Cathedral, the dean of the cathedral said something that has stuck with me to this day. And I'm going to paraphrase it badly, Penny. Whoever you are, wherever you are in your faith journey, you are welcome at St. Paul's. And gosh darn if that isn't true, Penny. You have made me and my husband Bill feel welcome. You have made the LGBT community feel welcome. If you've never been at Light Up the Cathedral, it is packed. The cathedral is packed. We're overflowing into the Great Hall, and we also have live streamed it now where people watch it from all over the world. So on July 15th, if you're not busy, at 7 o'clock, we will be celebrating Light Up the Cathedral 2026. On a personal note, my husband and I were so welcomed at St. Paul's that we decided to get married here at the cathedral. And it was, I found out how strict the dean can be. They like to know that the trains run on time, and they like to know that there's a schedule, and don't deviate from that schedule, or they're liable to knock on your door when you're getting dressed and say, I understand you want to make a change to the program this morning. And I said, just a little one. I need to know that. Well, Penny, it's been my pleasure to work with you. It's been my pleasure to be part of this journey to be made to feel welcome. So thank you, and good luck to you in the near future. Thank you.
Ever so briefly, it's my honor to introduce our next speaker, Bodhachari Jeffrey Zlotnick of the Dharma Bum Temple in University Heights. And, you know, we come from what appear to be very, very different faith traditions. Yet we're not really so different at all. Both of these places, the Dharmabum Temple as well as St. Paul's Cathedral, welcome all, and they offer an opportunity for people to follow the path that they need to follow in faith. And Penny and Jeff have become friends through interfaith endeavors over the past few years, and we're happy to have Jeff with us today.
It is going to be tough to top Bob, I know. Good afternoon, everybody. I just want to start out by saying what an incredible honor it is to be here, as well as the fact that now that Dean Penny is retiring, Bob and Susan, if you two retire anytime soon, you are all now witnessing my last speaking engagement, because everything I get to do is because of them, and so it's just a tremendous honor to be here, and to have this opportunity to say a few words. There are some people who make an impact through their titles. There are others who make an impact through the way they show up in the world. Dean Penny does both. Her leadership, her wisdom, and her unwavering commitment to building relationships between people of different faiths have made our community stronger, more compassionate, and more connected. Over the years, it has been one of my greatest privileges to work alongside Dean Penny and learn from her. I consider her a mentor, someone who has helped shape not only my understanding of interfaith work, but also my understanding of what it means to lead with grace, humility, and authenticity. As a kid who grew up loving baseball, for you San Diego fans, I grew up wanting to be like Tony Gwynn or Ozzie Smith. For a few of my Cubs fans in the room, I grew up wanting to be like Ryan Sandberg. And for any baseball or basketball players out here who grew up wanting to be like Mike, as in Michael Jordan, I now want to be like Penny. When I first entered the interfaith community, I was in awe of the presence that she carried. I watched how she welcomed everyone into the room. I watched how she honored every tradition, yet remaining deeply grounded in her own faith. I watched how she could bring people together, even when they came from vastly diverse backgrounds and perspectives. I learned by watching her offer blessings, and later I had the privilege of offering blessings alongside with her. Those moments taught me something important, that interfaith leadership is not simply about representing your own traditions. It is about creating space where everyone feels seen, valued, and respected. Dean Penny embodies this spirit in everything she does. Her leadership has also been a powerful example of inclusion and courage. Through her work, as Bob mentioned, with the LGBTQ community, she has shown what it means to move beyond words and into action. One of the most meaningful examples, again also mentioned, is Light Up the Cathedral. Seeing the cathedral illuminated in the colors of the rainbow is more than just a beautiful sight. It is a profound statement of welcome, belonging, and love. It sends a message to countless people that they are valued exactly as they are. In 2017, Penny helped bring together faith leaders from across traditions to walk at the front of the San Diego Pride Parade under the banner that said, "Faith for Freedom, Interfaith Leaders for LGBTQ Justice." That banner carried a powerful message that people of faith can stand proudly alongside the LGBTQ community in support, solidarity, and love. It was a historic moment and a visible reminder that faith can be a force for healing rather than division. Dean Penny helped make that vision a reality, and our community is better because of it. What I admire most about her leadership is it's never about herself. It is about service. It is about community, everyone in this room. It is about helping people find common ground and reminding us that our shared humanity is always greater than our differences. She has set the standard for all of us and those doing interfaith work, raised the bar high. Through her example, she has shown us what compassionate leadership looks like. She has demonstrated the power of listening, the importance of collaboration, and the profound impact that one person can make. Dean Penny, thank you for your mentorship, your friendship, and your extraordinary service. Thank you for the countless ways you have inspired so many of us to be better leaders and better human beings. Your work has touched thousands of lives and created a legacy that will continue to inspire future generations of interfaith leaders. It has been an incredible gift to learn from you, to work beside you, and call you my friend. So please join me in celebrating and honoring Dean Penny Bridges. And if I throw myself out of the Dharma Bum Temple, which I should do, this community is amazing. I'm coming here. So thank you.
At this point in our program, we will now have a video put together by our wonderful AV department at the Cathedral, led by Mr. Mark Sanzi.
We carry the blessing forward when we reflect the unconditional love of God, when we open our doors to our neighbors, when we go out and offer ashes to people hungering for a blessing, when we give water to thirsty dogs in the St. Patrick's Day parade, when we become extended family for those who have been rejected by their biological families, when we protest and march on behalf of immigrants or women or transgender people or this fragile earth, our island home. God is leading us towards a new thing, a fruitful future. And God is not concerned with the past or who we used to be, but only with who we are becoming now.
Hi, I'm Brooks, the deacon on staff at the Cathedral, and as you'll notice, I've assumed my position here at the deacon desk, which is directly in front of the dean's stall, where for years the dean has lurked behind me at most of the services. Today, we gather to celebrate a leader whose presence has shaped not only the Cathedral, but the spiritual and civic heart of San Diego. The Very Reverend Penny Bridges, Dean of St. Paul's Episcopal Cathedral since 2014, has spent more than a decade guiding one of our city's most historic faith institutions into a vibrant, welcoming, and socially engaged force for good. A native of Northern Ireland, Penny brought with her a lifelong Anglican faith, a scholar's mind, and the heart of a musician. Her journey took her from the halls of Clare College, Cambridge, to the corridors of Yale Divinity School, and ultimately into a distinguished ministry marked by compassion, courage, and unwavering commitment to justice. Since arriving at St. Paul's, Dean Bridges has led with vision and integrity, modernizing the cathedral systems, strengthening interfaith partnerships, and championing innovation in faith formation. She is a pastor, a bridge builder, a gifted musician, a visionary leader, and a friend to all who seek hope, healing, and a spiritual home. Today, we honor not only her remarkable achievements, but the spirit with which she has lived her calling, boldly, compassionately, and with an expansive love that has touched thousands of lives.
Capturing the full story of Dean Penny's legacy is no simple task. Her countless contributions, achievements, and unwavering dedication to the St. Paul's community, all driven by her extraordinary gifts and vision, create a legacy so profound that it will remain forever etched in our hearts. The following memories, offered by many members of the St. Paul's Cathedral community, help illuminate beautiful yet impossible tasks capturing all that she has been a part of during her time with us.
My earliest memories of Penny's arrival in 2014 begins with the story of her cross-country journey with her sister Jacqueline and her ever-adventurous cat Mitzi, traveling faithfully alongside them. Their welcome to San Diego was marked by Mitzi's dramatic escape, sending everyone into a brief panic before she was thankfully found and safely returned. Just a few days later, at a diocesan convention, I heard that the sale of Penny's home in Great Falls, Virginia, had unexpectedly fallen out of escrow, creating the very real possibility of complicating the purchase of her condo here in San Diego. As I understood it, the situation was resolved swiftly. These two early encounters remain vivid to me because they revealed something essential about Penny. Her calm, pragmatic steadiness and extraordinary grace under pressure are second to none. No matter the challenge, be it a runaway cat, woo woo woo, or a real estate hiccup, she simply focused on what needed to be done. And somehow, with Penny, things always seemed to find their way to being sorted out, a trait she continued to embody, even as challenges that May would consider insurmountable never stopped coming her way.
One could say that when Penny arrived, she stepped directly into a hornet's nest. Some of her challenges awaiting her were surely known, while others must have come as unexpected and unwelcome surprises. At the same time, the financial reporting at St. Paul's was a tangled mess. Penny worked closely with Betsy Moncel and Aaron Sacco Pineda, and together they performed what can only be described as administrative magic, bringing much-needed clarity and stability back to the department. We also had the joy of welcoming Penny's sister, Jacqueline, who traveled from Scotland almost every year to spend several weeks with us. Jacqueline was not only warm and gracious, but also a gifted oboist. She frequently played during services and occasionally in concert, forming a memorable music partnership with Martin Green. Penny's years with us also included many joyful family milestones. Her son Sam began his PhD program at UCLA, while her son Thomas headed off to law school, got married, and eventually made Penny a grandmother twice. These are the kinds of moments that make any mother's heart sing.
Very early in her time at St. Paul's, Penny called everyone in her office who participated in the various ministries at that time. She intently listened to what everyone had to say and then responded, "Let me ask you just one question. How can I help you?" She went on to demonstrate servant leadership in this fashion time and time again during her tenure at St. Paul's, something we're all deeply grateful for. Her willingness to take risks in service to those in need was evident in the trust she placed in those who saw the day-to-day operations of 3 separate 2-week interfaith shelter network programs. Each session housed up to 12 unsheltered individuals in the original guild room. The volunteers began to work with no prior experience in the programming. Throughout the entire 6-week period, Dean Penny supported this without any hesitation, standing firmly behind decisions and defending the volunteers' approach against any criticism. And then, of course, came COVID.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us here this afternoon. We want to update you on new actions the City of San Diego is taking to combat the spread of the coronavirus, also known as COVID-19.
Penny was on sabbatical in Mexico when the pandemic began, and she returned home as quickly as she could to guide the cathedral through an unprecedented time. She adapted rapidly, reshaping how we worshiped, connected, and cared for one another.
Good evening, and welcome to Evensong from St. Paul's Cathedral in virtual territory.
Zoom became a lifeline for gathering, for services, for fellowship, Friday cocktail hours, laughter, conversation, and even mask comparisons. The Circles of Love program was started so that every member of the congregation would receive a weekly phone call. It was a simple but powerful way to offer companionship, check in on special needs, and remind each other that no one was alone.
And then, of course, there was the construction. Having overseen not 1, not 2, but an astonishing 13 bathroom installations at St. Paul's, Penny has rightfully earned the honorary title, Dean of Bathrooms. She is also lovingly known as the Hard Hat Dean. Penny played a central role, often leading the charge, in an extraordinary list of major renovations here on campus. The expansion of the chancel, removing the carpet in the nave, and refinishing the floors, replacing every pew with chairs, installing new flooring in the sacristy, the chancel, and the chapel. She also guided us through the massive undertaking of building out the 525 Olive Building and the new St. Paul's Cathedral's administrative office spaces. The demolition of the old office building on Fifth Avenue was nothing short of traumatic, watching our old building come down. Many of us watched through a webcam during COVID as the enormous pit slowly transformed into the building we now share. In addition, Penny oversaw the renovation of the third floor of our old building for Voices of Our City Choir, paving the way for the Great Hall basement to become our new music center, which opened in May 2026. She also ensured the cathedral walls in the Queen's Courtyard would be sealed to prevent any leaks to the new music center, thwarting Mother Nature's future efforts to flood us like they did in the past.
Dean Bridges is also widely recognized for her advocacy for LGBTQ plus inclusion, both in the church and in San Diego's wider city life. Highlights include initiating the multicolored exterior lighting for Pride in 2015, and the original Light Up the Cathedral interfaith service, establishing gender-neutral accessible restrooms, leading interfaith memorial services, including for the Pulse nightclub victims, serving on the San Diego AIDS Memorial Task Force, and supporting interfaith shelter workshops and numerous Pride-related events. She also offered blessings and presence at numerous community events, including 2 State of the City speeches, the Harvey Milk Diversity Breakfast, the Imperial Court de San Diego coronations, the Pride Parade, the Scott Carlson Thanksgiving dinner, and she supported transitional programs for people living with HIV/AIDS. Drawing from her years of pastoral work, including performing her first funeral for a man that died of AIDS, whose family had rejected him. Penny worked hard to create a safe, welcoming environment for LGBTQ plus individuals, ensuring full inclusion in both lay and ordained leadership roles. She advocated for pastoral care and liturgical expression aimed at centering those historically wounded by religious institutions. The Very Reverend Penny Bridges is a transformative, socially engaged, and deeply pastoral dean whose tenure at St. Paul's has been marked by liturgical strength, administrative modernization, and a profound commitment to inclusivity and interfaith community life.
One of Penny's innumerable gifts is her gift as a teacher, a gift for which she is deeply loved and appreciated. As one of the primary callings of any priest or rabbi, teaching is something Penny embodied again and again. She has an extraordinary ability to unpack complex, nuanced ideas and stories, weaving connections that bring clarity, accessibility, and fresh insight. When a message carried ambiguity, you could always count on her to gently invite you into that sacred, thin place of faith, the holy space of not knowing. It is just one small but mighty example of what Penny's lasting legacy is.
Some musical lives unfold quietly, but Penny's does not. Hers is the kind of story that reminds us why it's worth tracing the arc of a musician's journey, not just to admire the accomplishments, but to witness how a life can be shaped again and again by the simple act of saying yes to music. Her West Coast chapter has included singing with the St. Paul's Cathedral Schola, playing annually with the Villa Musica Summer Orchestra, joining the SoCal Chamber Music Workshop, and appearing in chamber concerts throughout the region. Bow in hand, score in bag, voice ready, whenever there is beauty to be made with others. For my part, as a worshiper here at St. Paul's Cathedral, I really value Penny's poetic presence in the liturgy. It's evident by her actions and her deeds and the way she conducts herself in the liturgy that she is throwing herself into the ancient rites of the church and bringing them to life for us congregants. So thank you, Penny, for your very, very important and beautiful friendships. Thank you so much, Penny, and God bless you on the next part of your journey.
For myself, I will miss her terribly. I think she's been a wonderful boss here at the Cathedral, certainly a supportive boss of our ministry, the AV ministry, and also for the Showers of Blessing ministries that my wife Claudia is the ministry leader. Not only unwavering support, but enthusiastic support, I would say. And she will be fondly missed. As I mentioned to her earlier, that every time I hear music, particularly choral music, I think of her, and I think of her really wonderful musicianship, her sister's musicianship when she would deign to visit us from Scotland. And I think that it's a really remarkable legacy that she leaves here, not only for the entire campus, but for the music program, for the outreach programs, all of the things that make up St. Paul's. I'm really pleased and honored to have known and worked with her.
Thank you for believing in me long ago and believing that I can bring something to this facility. So thank you so much. You will truly be missed.
Penny, thank you so much for offering a safe landing space for me and many others in the congregation, as well as anyone else that you encounter. You're an incredible shepherd, very kind, and you teach people how to pour into themselves, to feel safe, to feel nourished, so that they can thrive and then continue pouring into others. So thank you so much for being a really special part of my life and my time here at St. Paul's.
Hey, Penny, I have had the opportunity to serve with you, and I'm very honored that I got to work alongside with you as a staff member and not just a volunteer. Your leadership has been wonderful, and I will miss you. That's it.
It's been my privilege and honor to support the work of St. Paul's Cathedral over the last 12 years and to stand by Penny's side at many of these civic events. I'm so proud of her and will remember these years fondly. She opened the doors of the church to the people. She allowed us to take the church to the streets. And she gave a voice to a lot of communities that are not normally heard, especially our LGBTQ community here in San Diego. So we're all blessed by her work these last few years. I wish her the very best and a life filled with music and all things British and Irish. God bless you, Penny.
It's been a pleasure to be with Penny during all these construction experiences. We share a hard hat sisterhood, and as often being the only two ladies in the room with many, many of these construction gentlemen, it was always fun to see how our influence and her voice was always what came forward, and the choices are evident everywhere you look around campus. The labyrinth in the Dean's Courtyard, the arches in the gateways, every little detail that we replicated or brought back in was definitely influenced by the Dean. It's been a long 10 years for her and I, almost 11, and I'm gonna miss her tremendously. She's been an amazing mentor and a dear friend. Now I'm gonna let you go. Thank you, Penny. Okay, I have to run now.
I think all of this shows Penny's heart as a pastor. It's something that pervades everything that she does, and it's part of the whole of who she is. This extends from making sure those on the margins feel included and in the center of things, but also in how she carries herself in liturgy with great dignity and care for our rites and rituals. And that pastoral effectiveness goes out, I think, from there. Lastly, though, and most importantly for me, she was exactly the mentor I needed, exactly when I needed one. I had known I was called into more ministry as a priest, and coming to St. Paul's has been something that's allowed me to flourish. And her leadership is one of those pieces that's allowed me to be fully who I am. So Penny, from Circles of Love to defending interfaith shelter programs, your pastoral care pervades everything that you do, and we are all so incredibly grateful for it.
My first act up here is to ask Dawn to hold my champagne. Thank you, Penny, for being away at a conference during the March chapter meeting, because that allowed us the opportunity to pass a resolution bestowing on you the title of Dean Emerita. And we have something here for you, so I think you need to come up here and join us now. This is a lovely work of calligraphy, and all of us owe a special debt of gratitude to the clerk of the chapter, the Reverend Michael Kilpatrick, who shepherded this project so nobly. But it's a beautiful, beautiful proclamation. You may. Well, we've come to that point in the afternoon's proceedings where we're going to ask those of you who are able to take your glass in hand and stand, please.
Penny, may you have warm words on a cold evening, a full moon on a dark night, and a smooth road all the way to your door.
Hear, hear. Penny, may peace and plenty bless your world with a joy that long endures. And may all life's passing seasons bring the best to you and to yours. God bless you, and thank you for absolutely everything you have done for us and with us over the past 12 and a half years.
I now introduce our bishop, the Right Reverend Susan Brown Snook. And as I had to be on a TV thing and they interviewed me, they go, "We're going to talk to the bishop." And I said, "Don't worry, she's actually a lot of fun, don't worry."
I
I won't repeat a lot of what has been said here. You all know that Penny has led the cathedral through difficult times like a pandemic, has led the cathedral through multiple construction campaigns and lots of work, and has been a leader in social justice in our community, which is so greatly appreciated. Just one story. The first time I appeared at Light Up the Cathedral, I was the first speaker doing the invocation or something, and I stood up in my vestments in front of the group, and they gave me a standing ovation before I said a word, which is, it is a symbol of how much that event transforms lives of so many people. Penny, your leadership has made a difference to so many. And you have transformed my life as well. I met Penny first in 2016 at an event designed to help women who were discerning higher or different calls in the church. She was assigned to me to counsel me in a search that I was in at the time. I'm very glad I didn't get that call because now I'm here. But she has been, since that day, a mentor, a counselor, an advisor to me, and a friend to me, as she has to so many of you. She has touched all of our hearts. And we wish you the best, Penny. We will miss you, but we are so happy for you that you will get to spend more time with your music and Blessed Jack and Blessed Mary and your family and all the things that you are looking forward to doing. So I'm going to invite you, Penny, to come up here with me for a blessing. And for those of you, I would invite you all up here, but I don't think you'll fit. So why don't I ask you to hold up your hands like this as a sign that you too are blessing Penny. Penny, we thank you for so many ways that you have touched so many people. We thank you for your leadership, for your belief in social justice, for the ways that you have shared God's love with the world, with people who had been marginalized and needed to hear about that love. We thank you for the ways you have touched all of our hearts, changed our lives, proclaimed the good news of the love of God to us. We thank you for being our friend. And now we bless you. We send you on this next journey of life with the love that you have given to us. We give it back to you. We thank you for everything. And we bless you with joy and abundance in these years to come. We thank you for being our friend, our pastor, our teacher, our counselor, and our mentor. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
You can sit down if you want. I don't have anything prepared. I'm absolutely beyond words. What to say? Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. It's been a really fun 12 years. It's been great. It's been satisfying and challenging and fulfilling and beautiful and sad and all of the things, all of the feels. I'm so grateful for a fantastic staff, for wonderful volunteer leaders, for wonderful clergy colleagues, for a terrific bishop who is a true pastor, and for so many friends and colleagues that have supported me. I mean, this was embarrassing, all of this about me, because every single thing it's us. We did this together. And you supported me, and I supported you, and we got things done, and God has smiled on us. And I hope God continues to smile on St. Paul's. Thank you.
In our hearts lies for you This is our grief for you. For only the loss of you, the missing of you, our love, our love, our love. There are rays on the weather. Soon these tears will have cried, our sadness to subside.